So we're expecting some people from the Philippines,
Philippines,
Indonesia,
and Vietnam.
Vietnam,
Okay.
Violet, and Violet, yeah, Thailand and Vietnam. 30% from Vietnam. Okay. Where's the light blue?
So they have received the meeting link.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we have Miss. Okay. Two people now.
Mr. Jingo hasn't connected his audio yet.
Yeah.
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Jingle people was a she or a he. Jingle.
Barry, can you hear Mr. An? I don't hear you.
It's too noisy, Mr. An. It's too noisy. I can hear your
Very
voice
noisy.
clearly. Very noisy, yeah.
Low. Anywhere. Yeah, anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you can choose any machine. Okay. Dito. Here. Barry, can you hear?
Udah, maksudnya ini.
Can you check the audio, Mr.
Iya,
An?
ini
Can
gitu
it,
maksudnya.
maybe you
Kalau yang ini
open
kalau
the
yang suaranya
or you
audio
assign
gitu.
the speaker role to Mr. An? He left. Oh. Ah. Hello, Barry.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hello?
we should assign Mr. An as a speaker because he will
Mr.
make the
Ang.
Yes.
Okay. Change role to panelist. Okay.
I just change into another.
Yeah, now,
Okay, that's
better.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. or Miss Jingo, can you hear me? Okay.
Here.
Can you hear me, Mr. or Mrs. Jingo?
To the left. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Victor, can you hear me?
Okay. Okay now.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Victor.
Hello, Barry.
Hello, Miss Victoria.
Yes. Maybe you can assign Mr. An as a speaker.
Mr. An, yeah.
And then mute me first. And then after he is done with the introduction, then you reassign the speaker role to me.
Okay.
So we will reduce the echo.
Okay. I don't know, but someone's microphone is so noisy. Maybe it's microphone of Mr. An, maybe?
No?
No.
How about my microphone?
I don't know, like, Mr. An, can you try to mute your microphone, please?
Okay.
Have you done that?
I cannot unmute. I cannot mute.
Okay. So, there are 3 microphones that activated, so maybe someone's microphone is not too good. Oh, already. So maybe Mrs. Yeah, Mrs. Victoria's microphone. Can you try to mute your microphone, please, Miss Victoria?
Well, I'll mute myself.
You mute yourself, but I can hear your voice.
Yes, I can hear also myself.
Okay.
I cannot mute me.
Okay. Okay. So I think it's
I guess.
no mute. It's no problem, I think. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Is it better?
Hello.
Hello? Anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's not so clear.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, it's clear enough. Clear enough. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll try to move the mic.
Okay.
So do we start?
So, can you start?
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. This is the Scenery Draft organized webinar through the Cyber Learning Project with the hosting and partnership of the Simeon Simulate in Indonesia. Once again, thank you, Simeon Simulate, for having us. This is the second month we are offering the webinar. Soon we will offer fully online courses. May I introduce our speaker today, Ms. Maria Pineda. Maria Pineda is currently an IT specialist and trainer for Scenery Track Vietnam. Before going to Ho Chi Minh City, she was a former trainer and lecturer at the De La Salle University in Manila, Philippines. She is an active e-learning consultant, workshop facilitator, a bootcamp training organizer. So without further delay, I will give you Ms. Maya Pinilla.
Good afternoon and welcome to our webinar. Barry, can you make me as the only speaker?
Okay.
Thank you. So I feel excited and delighted to have your online presence. Thank you, Mr. An, for the introduction. So please allow me to spend a minute on additional information about our site and the mechanics of our session. As you know, we have our new and upgraded site, the Cyber Learning bnsimio.org page, and I encourage you to log into the site and explore the things we have there. We will continue to beef up this site. So we have the different applications. I will share my desktop. So you see our website right now. So I encourage everyone to visit our site, and you will find some of the new things we have here. We have some articles and some of the past video lectures that we have. Okay. At this point, I would like to inform you of the mechanics. Even it was shown already on your screen. Your microphone should be muted. Is the audio good? Okay. And but you can ask your questions or give comments or reactions to the speaker through the chat box. There will be a chat box on your right And then you can also chat with a specific attendee if you wish. And may I request you to turn on your video so we can see each other? Please turn on your video. Don't be shy. Okay. Uh, Jingle, can you turn on your video? And then Victor, I think I know Victor. Anita, can you turn on your video? Okay, let's see. So I could see your beautiful faces. It would be nice that we see each other, right?
Yes, that's why.
Okay. How come I don't see the other, see them? Okay, let's see. All right. Um, and I may answer a question along the way or answer all the questions after my talk. We will also send probably a simple evaluation because we are new in this activity. At this point, okay, uh, as I share now my screen, I want you to uh, use the chat box, okay, and okay, where's my chat box? And then I want you to send a happy face if you are ready to participate now or to listen. Can you enter a happy face? Oh, I see now some of the participants, okay. So if you click on the top of your screen, there is chat, and then we can send it to the everyone, okay, all participants. May I ask you to put a happy face, send a happy face. It could be with a nose or without a nose. Okay, so are we ready? Okay, that's good. The others, I don't see the video. Miss Jingle, I see her beautiful face. Okay. Now let's start. Okay. So the title of my webinar for this afternoon is how to build a teaching portfolio online. And I selected this topic. This is specifically for teachers. Okay. So now, okay, I will start with a short story. So when Bill Gates attended elementary, he was in the fourth grade, very introvert and nerdy that time. Okay, he was always trying to be keeping things for himself. Thanks to a kind teacher and librarian named Blanche Kapir, he was able to come into his own in a way that would one day change the world forever. Okay? According to Bill Gates, when I first met Mrs. Kapir, she was the elegant and engaging school librarian at Shuttlesview Ridge Elementary. Uh, he was a very timid fourth grader, and he was desperately trying to go unnoticed because he had very bad handwriting, you know, and he is trying to hide the fact that he likes to read. It is something cool for girls, but not for boys during that time. And when he met Mrs. Kapir, for Mrs. Kapir, it's like it's okay to be messy and nerdy, and it's also okay to read lots of books. So Bill Gates credits Mrs. Kapir for helping him escape his shell in the true spirit of exceptional teaching. She encouraged Bill to read more and explore to the use of introspective questions because she would ask him what he liked to read and why, and she would go out of her way to source books that are really advanced for Bill Gates that time. Okay, and once he had read the books, she would sit down with him and ask him if he liked what he had read, and more importantly, that he had what he had learned and why. So according to Bill Gates, she genuinely listened to what I had to say. So I started this webinar by sharing a story, the story of the teacher of Bill Gates. No doubt Mrs. Kapir was a great teacher and was honored because of her accomplishments after many years. No doubt also that all of you who attended this session are great teachers. We do not have to wait for our district, our town, or our former students to recognize us. You know, over time we have made a lot of achievements, created fantastic instructional resources. Some we have forgotten, but these are important artifacts that tell what kind of teachers we have been. As a lecturer, or as an education manager, as a coach, or even an instructor. So at this point, I want to introduce the teaching portfolio. A teaching portfolio is a collection of artifacts or evidences related to the teaching profession produced over time. It could be lesson plans, lecture notes, instructional resources, slide presentations, research papers, awards, and even galleries of memorabilia and many others. It may also include multimedia materials that you have created, collected, consolidated, and arranged for classroom or online use. So I want to encourage you to create your own teaching portfolio. Why? Putting together all the effective evidences of your teaching over the years allows you to realize how much you have grown as a teacher. And it also shows the expertise you have developed, and it provides something for your students to emulate. The hard work, the perseverance, the dedication, and the achievements. Another upside is that you can use this as a reference when applying for another role or seeking a promotion. Okay? So, why put our portfolio online? In this digital age, the artifacts we produce as teachers are not simple materials. It could be a workshop or syllabus design. It could be lecture materials in presentation format. It could be video or other multimedia resources. So, putting the teaching resources you have created online allows you and your students to conveniently access these materials. With a link to your teaching assets, you can preserve and reuse them whenever or wherever you need them. It also creates a very good trail of digital footprints of your teaching profession. So, it is also recommended that you create a mind map of your teaching assets. So here is an example. You have the syllabus or syllabi, instructional resources, research papers or research talks, presentations, teaching evaluations, and the gallery. It's not automatic that you would have all of these things, of course. It depends on your teaching style. Some teaching portfolio would also highlight the quality results of their teaching, such as the outputs produced by the students. So how do we put your portfolio online? Okay. I think this is the part you are waiting for. How do we put our teaching assets online? What tools can we use? Okay. So at this point, I will show my browser. Okay. There are many available social tools and technologies to assist you. You should decide what suits you best. I will share with you 3 easy-to-use practical solutions. The first one is slideshare.net. SlideShare is a location for all kinds of presentations, formal or informal, in PowerPoint or PDF formats. Okay, so here, since SlideShare now is one of the applications of LinkedIn, ideally when you go to this site, first you need to sign up. Sign up for an account. It's very easy. Automatically, when you register, you also become a member of the professional social network, which is called LinkedIn. Now, typically for teachers like us, we have two kinds of presentations. One, it could be lecture notes, and then the other one will be formal presentations or slides that we have created for specific purposes like conferences or even workshops. Now, in my case, what I'm going to do now is to sign in because I have already an existing account. First, I will show you the benefits of having a SlideShare account. So if you notice, once I log in your case, you will also see the same screen. So you can automatically upload already a particular slide. If you notice here on the right, there's a picture. There's already my account existing for some time. We can just drag and drop the slides here. Okay, but I will show you first, for instance, my profile. In my profile, if you notice here, okay, I have 35 slide shares and I have 15 followers. I'm not that popular, but here, if if I click on the slide shares, okay, so these are the old slide shares that I have uploaded in the past. So some would have, for example, uh, 1,000 views, 500 views, okay, 920 views. And if you notice here, uh, okay, actually I have a lot, no, okay, and um, at this point, okay, if we click on a particular slide, for example, we will see the profile, okay. So for example here, this was delivered 2011 and it has 1,893 views, okay. The advantage here is that if I want to reuse the slides, it's also there. So sometimes it's difficult to keep it in your hard drive and then later forget where you put it, or your computer would crash and then you don't know where to get your old slides. And ironically here, some of my old slides, for example, the workshop materials that I have created, uh, a lot of people would download them. And it's just amazing because some people would email me just to tell me that they have downloaded my material and they're asking if they could reuse it. So it's really very practical. Now going back, if we want to upload a file, okay, so I will just show you one example. This is a workshop that I have delivered for our staff last year. So I can click here and drag it here. Okay. Oops. Sorry. I dragged it, but it did not shoot. Okay. So drag and drop, and then we put a description. This is a mini workshop for on using tools for research writing. Okay. Now, it's very important that you put tags. Tags are very important because it will describe the material and it's easy to search. Okay. So, for example, documenting. If you notice, there is a suggestion, document management. You can add that. And then you can also have research tools. Okay, so if you notice, the score here increases as we go along. Okay, and you can upload more, and then I click publish. Okay. Oh, I need to choose the category, education, of course. Okay, publish. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So automatically now we have one presentation uploaded, and here I could actually announce it in my Facebook account or in LinkedIn or Twitter if I want to share it. Okay. Now, the next tool that we will look at is called academia.edu. Some teachers would have more research papers compared to having some slides. So for them, it's easier to uh, it's also good to have a site where you could just access all your research papers. Now in academia.edu, there are two ways to sign up. One is through Google, and then the other one is Facebook. So usually I use Google because it's easier. So I will just use for now, okay, my existing account. So because the more than the registration, what we want to see is the beauty of the social platform that we have here. And at the moment, there are actually three popular sites or applications for research papers. One is researchgate.net, the next one is Mendeley, and then the third one is academia.edu. And I like this one, the academia.edu, because it's easy to use. Okay? So if you notice on the screen, there will be suggested papers depending on my topic interest. At the same time, it will also show some recent papers uploaded by researchers that I follow. I follow some researchers here, like for example, Francisco Magno, Marcus Busey, who is also he is into future thinking research area, and then Ralph Vincent Regalado, he is in language learning as well as sentiments analysis. So I follow them and I could see the papers that they have uploaded recently. And more or less, at least I know what is happening right now. If we go to my profile here, okay, you would see that there will be, well, some 11 papers, okay? And it will tell you 228 PDFs mention Victoria Pineda, okay? And then view your mentions. Actually, I'm not that popular. Victoria Pineda here is a common name. I mean, all South American people and a lot of people in North America would have the same name. So some of them would be doing scientific, a lot of scientific papers. But to show you, I have 23 followers here. I am also following some 14 people. And here are some of the papers that I have uploaded in the past. So for example, here, if I click this topic, let's see, this one. This one is about the millennial learners, okay? So it would show now the abstract of the paper or the actual paper. So there are two ways that you can access some of the papers. One is reading online, and then depending on the restrictions set by the owner of the paper or the author, you can also download the paper. So you also have the option to notify the person. A few occasions, some colleagues from the Philippines also emailed me asking me if they could cite my paper. Of course, it's an honor for me if they cite my paper. So at this point, I click upload. I will choose a file. So we will see the process. It can also be drag and drop. So similarly, what I did, I prepared a folder here. And in this folder, we could have some of the papers. So now I'm going to upload. This is not a published paper. Models of online learning. It's like a white paper that I have written for our center 2 years ago. So I'll just drop it here. And when you click continue, it will ask if it's a published work or unpublished draft paper or others. Okay. So if you don't want to select whether it's unpublished or not, then you just put it here, a description. This is a white paper on online learning written for Simuri track. Okay. So it's could be something shared at the same time. The author right now, it's just me. If I want to add an author, for example, here, I don't know if he is here or, yeah. okay, or Ralph, for example, the one I meant. So if you notice, the people, the names of the person would appear here, and you can add them if they are present here. Okay, so there's the option to add a co-author, and then research interest. Of course, we have suggested here instructional design or e-learning. I could just add them. Educational technology as well. Okay, and then papers, and then save and finish. So that's how easy it is. Of course, most of the websites right now are open, but at the same time, they would encourage you to go for the premium version. We have here upgrade. It means that it's offering their premium package for using academia.edu. So here I would just click no thanks. Okay. So now models of formal online learning has been uploaded. I click finish. Okay. Sometimes when you upload a paper, it would take some time, especially if it's a published paper and it's a long paper. Academia.edu might tell you that you have to wait for a few hours or one day probably for it to be published. Okay. So now we have learned academia.edu. At this point, I will show you how to create your own website. A website where you can put all your teaching portfolio. And here, we're going to use sites.google.com. Sitesgoogle.com is an application of Google. So you simply have to log into your Gmail account. I have a long password, and I have a lot of accounts. So if you notice here, I have two existing sites already, reference sites and something for the center. When you click create, it will ask you to, it will give you a choice between classic sites and new sites. I suggest you click on new sites because this is easier to use. Under new sites, it's like a document editor, but it's more fancy, more beautiful. So what is important is the content that you're going to put in your site. So I will start here by typing Maria Pineda. It's important that your site will have a name. And then here, my page title, I put Maria Pineda. Okay. You can have the same, or you can have Maria Pineda portfolio or teaching portfolio. Okay. So on the right, we would see that there would be certain themes on the top. So we can choose the theme. Okay, I'll move this. So, for example, I choose Aristotle. And then you can also change the color of the underline. But maybe I'll keep the gold. I like the gold here. Okay, and then this is the main page. I am at the main page. So I'm going to insert now, of course, a short line maybe to describe myself. I am a technologist. Okay. I'm also a trainer and teacher. And I would consider myself as a do-it-yourself learner. So I could just make this heading and then centered. Okay. Then I will add another one. Of course, I need, well, it will be nice to have your role and current affiliation. So I will just put ICT specialist and trainer. Okay. So Siem Reap Track, Vietnam. Okay. Do I want to put the address? Maybe I'll put the address 35 Letanton Street, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. And then similarly, I'm going to make it a heading to make it attractive, same as this one. Okay. And then I would center it. Same here. Center. Okay. So this is how it will look like. On the top, you have preview. You can just click preview and you will see how it will look like. But at this point, this is just one page. So we will add 2 more pages. Okay. So when I click page here, of course, you would see below there's a plus. You can add a link or a new page. So I will add a page. Let's say my presentations. If you want the word slides, then it's up to you. Okay, so we have added one page, add another page, research. And then the third one would be gallery. Okay. So, let's go to presentation. We're going to add. Okay. So there are different ways to add presentation or a material. So for example, I could use YouTube. Okay. I can add a YouTube presentation here. And I would use, for example, I will try to find Powtoon. Okay. Tech for Teach. This is something that I have made in the past. Okay. So if I search, the first one is actually my old, okay, Powtoon material that I have created. Okay. I just select it and upload. Okay. And then I could drag it if I want it centered. And then of course I put a text box. Okay. This is an example of Powtoon, of how to use the video animator Powtoon. Okay. And then I would want to center it. Okay. Then the other one, of course, I can also include a, okay, I'm going to include not an image, but I'm going to include a link. Okay. Remember, I have already a SlideShare account. So what I'm going to do now is go to my SlideShare. Okay. And then, of course, I just want to copy my, oh, sorry. I will get my link there. Okay. Copy. I'm copying the link of my own account, put it here. Yeah. So if you notice, because most applications now have certain connection and collaboration also, so in the case of Google, okay, it's able to capture the link of my SlideShare account, and then I just click insert. Okay. Similarly, I could put it at the center. Okay. At this point, this is still a draft, not yet published. Okay, so if I click preview, this is how it will look like, my presentation page. And if you click here, it will jump to, of course, the SlideShare page of mine. And then I will click exit at this point. Similarly, for research, I'm going to insert again, this time a link. The link to my academia page. So if you notice, my page now has my name. I go back to the page and then upload it here like this. There is now an error message. Cannot embed due to provider site permissions. URL will display it as a text link. It means that automatically academia.edu would not allow Google to have a direct link to their site, but it's okay because the link will still work. So what is important is that the link is working. So I could center this, and then, for example, here, if I click on the link, it will jump to the page. Oh, sorry about that. It's too quick. But what happens is that when you click on the link, it will go to my academia.edu page. So even if you have just a link, it's okay. And then finally, remember we have 3 pages. We have now gallery. We can again insert. If you want to insert a picture, you can insert a picture. So for example here, I already prepared an image also from the internet. Okay, let's see. Okay, it wouldn't insert, sorry. It wouldn't insert, but rather upload, probably. I should use upload, not insert. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now this is the page. Okay. Okay. So what happens now is that we have my home page, short description of who I am, then presentations, research, and then the gallery. Along the way, you add to your own web portfolio or your own website, and it's very easy to use. Once I click publish here, what happens is that it will create an address, sites google.com, vnsimio.org, that's the organization that we have, our own domain, and then Maria Pineda, the very title that I put in the site. So when I click publish now, okay, this one is ready for use. Okay, yeah, so yeah, okay. So that's how easy it is to create the page. Okay. At this point, of course, we have shared already 3 solutions: SlideShare, academia.edu, and Google Sites. And I will just be giving you some advantages. I hope at this point I was able to encourage all of you to create your own teaching portfolio online and see the advantages, as well as I hope you give me feedback if it was easy for you or you had difficulty, if you have questions. Okay. So in conclusion, the advantages of having a teaching portfolio online: you get to store, preserve, reuse your outputs or use them as references. You get to be appreciated by other people, trainers, teachers, researchers, or anybody interested on your expertise. Okay? And at the same time, you can also follow others having the same kind of interest. And number 3, you get to see and follow others who are doing a related topic as yours or may have done advanced or work and interesting ideas. Number 2, you get to share your outputs. And number 1, you create a very good trail of professional digital footprints. Okay. So that's the end of my short talk. So if you have questions, then feel free to ask or give reactions or even give comments. Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Simulec for hosting this event.
You're welcome, Miss Victoria.
So do we have some reaction? How about Ms. Jingle? Can we unmute her? Ms. Jingle, do you have any comments? Is she gone? Is she still there? How about Victor? So this ends our session for today. Thank you very much for coming and participating. Hope to see you in the next webinar.
Yeah, thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Miss Victoria.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
If there are any question, you can ask by using chat, and I will read it to Miss Victoria, or you can ask your question directly by using your microphone.
But I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no more. Okay. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Anita, to share with us. Hello? Some,
Yes.
the mic is echo, right? The mic. Hello? Hello? This one, right?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You go to file and then exit. Well, Vietnam and Bangkok will have the same.
Yes, Indonesia, Jakarta is the same.
Yes, but Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia will have the same.
Oh my God.
Yes. Actually, I discovered it the other day. And then Myanmar is like half an hour earlier than Vietnam. If it's 3 o'clock now, it's 2:30 for them. Weird. Only 2 o'clock. Yes. And it's always the case. But this is also how we want to do it, right? We don't need to do, the video lecture that we require a lot of entities. It's so natural. The presentation is natural, unlike the one that